Hi, Shauna here from Patriot Acres Alpacas, and I am in what used to be my store. And it used to hold all of my fiber, and I'm really ashamed to say I have fiber from 3 years ago. So I am in the process of trying to clean out this room so that my husband can get our farm brewery up and going. So I started working with all of the fiber that we have. This down here, you see, is thirds and seconds, which if you're not familiar with how you do alpacas and sheep and things like that, the fiber, you have a main blanket, which is the best fiber. It usually comes from the sides over the back to the other side, and seconds are what you have from like maybe the neck area that's not prime fiber, and then you have thirds, which are legs and any cleanup. So it's usually very short, funky fiber that you really can't do a whole lot with. So this is some of the seconds and thirds that this is some of the seconds and thirds that I have from the past 2 years. I still have quite a bit of it inside because it's what I use to make my dryer balls. And I use a lot of fiber for a lot of dryer balls. So we have that. I also have over here, this over here is my Surrey fiber that I'm going to skirt and clean and send off to the mill because I am not very good at doing anything with Surrey fiber. But today, the reason for this video is yesterday, out of necessity, I learned that an easy way to clean your fiber, some people have what's called a tumbler, which is like a round apparatus with a motor on it, and it's kind of got wire kind of like this, and you put it in and you turn it on and it tumbles, and out of the tumbler comes dirt, mud, any vegetable matter, you know, some of the stuff that's stuck to the fiber. And it's an easier way. I don't know if you've ever seen maybe a video or a picture of some fiber that I've washed in the past, but even after you've cleaned it and you think it's clean, you go back and you maybe set your yarn or something and there's still dirt because alpacas love to roll in dirt. So I learned yesterday, again, sheer necessity, possibly laziness, we're just going to say frugality, ingenuity, and sheer necessity. So I learned a great way to clean my fiber. So I'm going to get set up and then I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay, so this is a fleece that I've set out. This is from Tina. She is our resident clown. She's very friendly, and she has very nice fiber. Not quite as dense and thick as her brother Hercules, but personality-wise, she's definitely a keeper for the farm. So here is, I believe this is probably a fleece from 2015, which was our first year shearing. So I've learned quite a bit since then, and like I said, I'm still considered a novice. So if you know what you're doing and you see me doing something wrong, please tell me. So like the first thing I'm going to do is come in through here and I'm going to gather everything along the edges because a lot of it is still kind of short staple length. And you can see that's maybe 2 inches, and you know, you really want about 3 inches for good spinning purposes. And we'll just say that we're preparing this fleece for spinning. So that's one of the things. Again, this is what would be considered a third. This somehow got mixed in, and it's just pieces that are just too small to really do anything with. So I'm going to go through this now, and I'm going to pull out all of the parts that are not what I want in my last final product. And like you can tell here, you know how the locks are all kind of tight and stuck together. And before I process it, I like everything to be open. Now, if you're going to show your fleece, you don't want your locks open. I learned that this year. I sent in my very first fleece for a fleece show, and when I did not know that you did not want everything kind of separated. And so I wasn't especially careful when I skirted my fleece. So I got marked down quite a bit on that aspect. And like I said, it was from Hercules, and he still placed second in his class. So that just goes to prove that either there were only 2 alpacas in that class, or he has really nice fiber. So I'm going to go with he really has nice fiber. I was not at the show, so I don't know. I mailed it in. There could have been, 2 alpacas. There could have been 300 alpacas for all I know in that class. So I'm going to go through this now and not bore you with that, but I'll go through and kind of take out what I don't want, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've learned that in looking at this fleece, as much as I wanted to use it for yarn, it's just really not got the staple length that I wanted. There's really nowhere that I've looked that has anything, longer than, 2.5 inches. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to prepare this fleece and send it to the mill and have it batted. You see, this is a bunch of vegetable matter. This is the stuff that we don't want in our finished product. So what I'm going to do is, over here I have another frame that I've built, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on top of this fleece. And sandwich it in between the 2 frames, like that. Okay, and here we have our air compressor. Now I know some people use shop vacs, and I'm sure that's effective, but in my opinion, like I said, I don't know if it's laziness or frugalness or ingenuity, necessity, but I like to do things quick. So I have this air compressor here. I'm sure my husband did not intend for it to be used in this fashion, but I just have this regular little, you push it and air comes out. So we'll turn it on, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so I paused the video and you can see I didn't want you to have to sit through several minutes of me blowing the fiber with the air compressor. But as you can see, it has greatly opened up the locks of the fiber. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and flip this upside down. So just bear with me. Okay, so this is the underside. This would have been the way that I had it situated on the frames. This would be what would have been on the skin of Tina. So this is the underside of the fiber. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blow it again with the air compressor on this side to kind of, it's probably counterproductive, I guess, maybe, I don't know, to do it on both sides. But I'm going to flip it over eventually a third time and just do it just because, I don't know, I'm over, I don't know. Just trying to make sure I get it as clean as possible. I mean, you could see from underneath how much dirt was coming out. And you can see, you know, all this stuff here on the floor. I'd like to say it's probably, you know, all from the fiber. Some of it is clearly not because, you know, we've been doing a lot of work in here, but it is very dirty, it's very dusty, it's very gross, and it's all over the place. So I'm going to start on this side and I'll show you what happens after that. Okay, so I think I'm just about done. I spent probably a total of 10 or 15 minutes just trying to blow all the dust and dirt and debris and whatnot out of this. And taking off the screen, you can see that, you know, the fiber is very clean of anything you don't really want in there. You're gonna get the occasional little piece like this. Hold on, it's hard to focus there. This little piece of hay here. So you'll see little pieces of that you know you can kind of pick through, but for the most part, a lot of your skirting is done just by using the air compressor. So I hope this is something that my fellow fiber friends can use and save some time and money, because that's what we're all about. I'm going to do a video in a minute trying this with my Surrey fiber. So if you're interested in Surrey fiber, we'll see how it works with that. I found that Surrey fiber is just as, if not no more dirty than Wakaya fiber. But we'll just keep going through this real quick and kind of pull out some of the extra little pieces that we see. But you could see even after all that, you can still shake it and there's still junk in it, but that'll come out with some washing. So I hope this video was helpful, and subscribe to our channel. Check out our Facebook page. We're Patriot Acres Alpacas, or I think I might have changed it actually. So just look us up as Patriot Acres. You'll find us. We've got goats and alpacas, and we're starting a brewery. So there's that page as well. We're Patriot Acres Farm Brewery. So we got lots of fun stuff going on the farm. So be sure and check us out, follow us, subscribe. We also have a blog, so you can read me rambling on about random things as well. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.